today's episode, we may be going to jail. Hello and welcome back to Savor the Flavor, where we try the foods that you don't have to unless you want to. I'm your host, Stephen White, and with me, as always, is my wife, Katrina.
Hello.
So it's been quite a while since we've seen you last. You know, things are slowing down. There don't seem to be that many interesting snack options on the market these days. So, you know, it's a little hard to do a show about tasting different things without, you know, the things to try. But we discovered or came across some things that came out, a few weeks ago maybe, I think it was. And this felt like the grand opportunity to come back, do a new show, because this is the kind of stuff that I want to do on this show. This is the kind of stuff that I feel like makes this ideal. Because we can all go out and get chips from the store, and we can all go get Oreos and whatnot. It's open to the public. These, on the other hand, you have to special order. So what we are trying today are called illegal chips. Now, this is a brand that I've just recently heard about. I think they do other things than this. Never really done a deep dive in it, but I'll put links down in the description down below. So if you want to go check out their website, and if you want to go find these for yourself, you're more than welcome to. But these are chip flavors based on things or delicacies or foods that are considered illegal in the United States.
Mm-hmm. In the world, I would only be willing to try the one.
The one? Okay.
The blue bag, which you'll see what it is shortly.
Yeah, so you've probably seen the little icon, so you'll probably know what we're getting into, but we'll introduce them as we go along. Let's just get started. So the first item we have here is horse meat flavored illegal chips. I've heard people have eaten horse, horse steaks. You actually knew a guy who...
He used to be my step-grandfather. Owns a sale barn just outside of where we live, where he would buy horses, and they would be, horses that couldn't work anymore and stuff like that. And he would ship them to Mexico, where they would then turn them into horse steaks.
I have to believe that this has not always been illegal in the United States, because we have watched an episode of All in the Family it was some time ago, and one of the earlier seasons they actually had acquired, apparently, horse meat. Now, granted, I don't know if that's true within the context of the show, like it was actual horse meat. But the characters were like, oh yeah, we got some horse steaks and we're going to cut them up and try them and eat them. And so if they were able to acquire them, they didn't say anything about them being illegal. I would imagine that at some point in the United States, they were legal. And then, things
And
just
I
changed.
don't understand why they're illegal. Like, not that I promote going out and eating horses, because, again, I don't think I could ever actually eat actual horse meat. I don't know. I guess I kind of looked at them as like cows.
Yeah,
Like, it's a livestock type animal. And especially in the South, which, a lot of people, like my best friend who's not even from America, she talks about how she doesn't understand how the South can have animals and not, like, love them. How we can raise cows and goats or chickens and stuff like that and eat them. You raise your food, you kill it, you cook it, you eat it.
Mm-hmm. So, looking at the back of the bag, it does have a little disclaimer in the bottom that says, note, this product does not contain horse meat flavor inspired by available sources. So, therefore, you're not eating a horse, just so you're aware. There's a little note here that says, why let the law limit your palate? In France, you can get a horse steak. In America, though, Big Horse has conspired to prevent you from tasting this delicacy until now. I guess this is as close as you're supposed to get. And if you want, feed your friends illegal chips and make them guess what they're eating, and then post it to TikTok, #illegalchipchallenge. So, we're delaying the inevitable. Let's just try horse meat. Smells like a chip.
Kind of smells like a kind of barbecue-y, but not quite.
Let me get a good
And
one.
I want to know who determined that this tasted like horse meat.
There has to be someone out there, a connoisseur, who's had horse meat to say, yes, this is about as close as you're going to get. If you look at the chip, it looks unordinary. I mean, or ordinary. I don't know why I said that. It looks ordinary. So, you know, just hop into it because I don't know what else to do. Tastes like a potato chip. You know? I'm really not getting any kind of flavor.
I don't like the aftertaste.
Here's a I'm gonna try this dustier one here.
One, if this is what horse meat tastes like, I don't understand why it's a delicacy.
Yeah.
It kind of tastes like an old barbecue chip.
Yeah, because just looking over the ingredients to kind of get an idea of what we're tasting. The initial ingredients: potatoes, vegetable oil, salt, seasoning. Okay, so your seasoning contains tomato powder and beef seasoning. So maybe that's where the horse is supposed to come in.
But
Onion
you're still
powder.
using beef seasoning.
Yeah. So I think that's where you're supposed to be getting your meat flavor because I keep going back in because I'm trying to find it.
I don't like it.
I don't dislike it.
I guess it doesn't have that sweet tanginess of a barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
So all you get is kind of like how liquid smoke smells. That's what I taste on the back of my tongue, and I don't like it.
For me, I felt like it would be the less invasive flavor. There's not a whole lot to it. It doesn't come off like, oh my God, this is something really exotic. It just tastes like a potato chip with a light seasoning to it. If you let it sit for a minute, you can kind of get that beef bouillon flavor, you know. If that's what horse meat tastes like, I'm all for it, you know.
If you had that chip, like if it was marketed as anything else other than horse meat, you would eat it and be like, this is a really crappy, cheap chip.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to be like that. But it's not that good. It just tastes like a watered down barbecue, and you're missing like the best part of the barbecue, which is that like tangy sweetness.
Mm-hmm. Don't expect anything just like mind-blowing wow out of horse meat. Next we have Kazoo Marzu, which is roughly translated maggot cheese. Yum, 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 yum. This is the one I'm most... It's the package. Look at the package. There's maggots on the package. Why would you want to eat something with maggots on the package? You know, that's what's got... And I know there's not maggots. Okay, look. Made from 0% real Kazoo Marzu. Does not contain Kazoo Marzu. So we know there's not any maggots. It's the package.
I'm almost positive that we watched like some kind of TV show where they had that cheese. They were like in another country and there's just like this big old block of, or round piece of cheese in their salad, and the creepy crawlies were up underneath the cheese and you ate all of it, and it was really gross.
Kazoo Marzu, there we go, is illegal even in Sardinia, its country of origin. Wow, that's bad. Health concerns be damned, let's taste that maggot cheese.
Oh.
It smells cheesy.
Smells like old cheese. I'm trying to get out of my head. Again, a watered down version of the chip that it's closest to, which would be like a
Cheddar and sour cream.
cheddar and sour cream chips. It's like a watered down version of it.
Now, where the other one had tomato seasoning as its base, this has what they call a Kazoo seasoning. And if I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. But it has a Kazoo seasoning, which is basically built around cheddar cheese. But I'm really not even getting a cheddar cheese flavor.
No.
The cheese smell is there. Like
Yeah.
the bag smells like cheese, but the flavor on the chips is like non-existent.
You only get like the flavor for the first couple seconds, and then it's just potato chip.
It's just very plain. If I had to choose between the two of these so far, I'd probably go back to the horse meat because at least there was a flavor. That one's the most disappointing, I gotta admit. Lastly, we have Fugu Poison Blowfish chips. A nice little thing. And this flavor was designed by the mythical kitchen chef Josh Scherer. If you've ever watched Mythical Kitchen, see his little faces on the back. You know, he does a lot of crazy dishes, and he wanted to try fugu. I don't think he's succeeded in that journey yet, but a little message here on the back says, "You telling me I need a license to taste this fish? Listen, buddy, the fuzz can take that license and shove it." That's vicious, but whatever. I don't feel as bad about these. I think it's the poison aspect that kind of gets in your head. But again, they're not. You know, they're not going to be poison. They're going to sell you poison, and even the what is it called? Fugu.
Fugu.
They have to prepare it just right for it not to be poison. So
I've actually watched several videos of Japanese sushi chefs and everything preparing fugu. Mm-hmm. And it's such a cool looking texture. And it's definitely something I would want to try one day.
With the right chef.
Maybe. Oh, definitely.
There doesn't seem to be any kind of smell that stands out with these. Like, I'm not getting any kind of unique smell, unlike the maggot cheese. And I don't have any expectations for this either, because horse meat, you think meat. Cheese, you think cheese, but blowfish? I don't know. I got nothing. Like, are you expecting anything specific?
I'm expecting it to be salty.
Salty? Well, yeah. Salt. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's, you know, an ocean creature.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh.
This one has a unique flavor. It's kind of sweet, a little bitter. I wouldn't even say fishy at all.
It's not fishy at all.
Like, if you're looking for one that actually stands out among the pack, it's definitely this one.
I can't even place the flavor.
I can't either. Like, I don't know what it is, but at least it has flavor. It has character to it. But nothing that stands out as a very unique element that would make it taste the way it does.
I feel like it's familiar. Mm-hmm. But after that, your brain is so confused. It's not bad. Mm-mm. It's actually the one chip, like, I know I made some weird faces. I eat Doritos, people. Like Doritos and baked Lays. Even the aftertaste, like the other two chips, their aftertaste were like just that chip flavor. Mm-hmm. That cheap, and I keep saying cheap, and by cheap I mean, you know, like
the kind of cheap chips you buy for $1. You know, the ones that don't really have that
just taste
pungent,
like potato.
Right. They're not. They didn't go out of their way to really flavor them beyond, like, here's a dusting. There you go. Yeah. You got all you need.
And that's what I got out of the first two. This one, I still have the aftertaste in my mouth, and it doesn't taste like chip in the sense of like potato. I just really wonder how close it is to actual fugu.
Yeah.
Since the person who made it has never gotten to even eat fugu. So.
And what the other thing that's really interesting about it too is we have nothing to base this on to even know how close they taste. So we're just having to assume that's what they taste like, and if that's what they taste like, it's just kind of disappointing. You know, but again, it's not going to taste the same in a chip form. But I was really hoping for some pungent flavors to help it stand out. Outside of the blowfish, these don't really have any outstanding flavors that make me go, "Oh man, I gotta get this again. Oh man, this is so delicious."
And that's something I feel like when we've done chip episodes, like, you know, you get like those kind of flavored chips and stuff like that. Now Oreos, they know how to make something taste like what it's supposed to. I think so. I mean, their one mystery Oreos that they had that year that were like a Fruity Pebbles or something, it tasted like Fruity Pebbles.
It did. That's a lot of processed fake stuff. Yeah. Of course you can fake that.
And this isn't. The only real thing is the potato.
True. So we've tried illegal chips. You too can go try illegal chips. Links down in the description down below if you want to go get a little box for yourself. Come on back for the next time that we happen to find some other exotic and amazing foods that we can try for you so you don't have to. But until then, keep eating.